Me and my kicks, me and my kicks, me and my kicks, me and my kicks. Your favorite shoes over.
What is going on, YouTube? It's your favorite YouTuber, me and my kicks, and these are my top 10 sneakers that dropped in 2025 that are the most underrated or slept on, in my opinion, man. Coming up. All right, guys, coming at number 10 is the Nike Air Foamposite Psychic Blues. Like, you rarely see a blue this color. Like, it's usually get like a UNC, like, Carolina blue, and that's it. But this blue is a little bit lighter than it, so it makes it more of a harder match. But when I seen these, I had to get them because that colorway, you rarely see this blue. So, and then, I was able to get them for the low because, they're sitting right now. And if you want these shoes, you can definitely get them for the low. But overall, man, these are a clean sneaker and people slept on them. That's why they're sitting in stores now. But, once again, there's a lot of shoes dropping. Also, these retail are like $230, retail. So, I can understand why these didn't have the, the hype that they supposed to have. But overall, these are definitely a nice shoe, and people slept on these in 2025. So coming in at number 10 is the Nike Air Foamposite Psychic Blues. Coming in at number 9 is these Nike Book Ones, the Moab edition. Now, a lot of people snooze on Nike books, so I can't lie. A lot of them are sitting in Foot Locker for under retail right now, and I'm not the biggest fan of the Book One colorway or the Book One silhouette personally. But when I seen these, he paid homage to the Nike Air Moabs. I had to get a pair of these, man. Like, it's two iconic Moab colorways. One, I already got the Moab shoe of that, and then these. Hopefully they make these into actual Moab shoes so I can grab them. But anyways, these are one of the two iconic Nike Air Moab colorways, and he remade them into the Book Ones. I had to get them. They sat and they went on sale, so I got these for the low too. But overall, man, these is a pretty clean shoe, and I'm glad I was able to get this in the collection, and people definitely snoozed on these. So coming in at number 9 is the Nike Book One Moab colorway. Coming in at number 8 is the Nike Air Jordan 12 Mellows. Y'all was disrespectful to this shoe, man. Like, it's so crazy how the game has been. Cause I remember when these things, I don't think these came out before, or this colorway didn't particularly come out before. It was something similar to this that came out way back in the day when Mellow was on the Nuggets, and like they sold like wildfire, and I always wanted them. And then they kind of retroed them and put a little bit of a twist on them, because I don't remember them being this white. I remember it being a little bit more like baby blue. Could be in the mud gut, I could be tripping, but anyways, if these are the exact retro, I'm still glad that these sat and I was able to get these for under retail. I was able to get my kid a pair for under retail, and if you haven't gotten these, definitely add a pair of these to your collection, because these are a clean summer shoe, white with the baby blue, and it's an all leather upper, so the all leather won't get like as dirty as like a suede or something like that. But yeah, these is definitely clean, and I'm glad I was able to get these in the collection. So coming in at number 7 is the Nike Air Jordan Retro 12 Mellow Edition. Coming in at number 6 is the Air Jordan Retro 4 Cave Stones. What's crazy is that when I first saw these shoes, I thought these were like a gray. And and then when I got them, I saw that they were like a brownish gray, and you rarely see that colorway on shoes. This is another reason why I had to get them. These sat, I was able to get these for under retail, but like, I got these for under retail. But when I first saw initial pictures, I thought this was like a darkish, like a charcoalish gray, similar to like the Shadow 10s, but this is more of a brownish gray. And I like this color. I'm glad I was able to get these for way under retail. But these are sitting currently, like, you might find a few stores that got them in there, but you can definitely get them for like resale sites for way under retail. But people snoozed on these. My man dropped a colorway around Christmas that's similar to this, but for $220. And between me and you, I'm getting these over those, because this is just a clean colorway. And also, what's crazy is like, this pays homage to an Air Jordan 4 Travis Scott like sample that came out way back in the day when like Astro World was popping. Like, it was basically this exact shoe, but it had like a Cactus Jack logo back there. Now, that sample was selling for like $5,000, $10,000, but now you get a retro of it, and now it's one of the most slept on shoes of the year. I don't understand how the sneaker world works nowadays, man. But anyways, I'm glad I got these. So coming in at number 6 is the Air Jordan Retro 4 Cave Stone Edition. Coming in at number 6 is another slept on 4, the Air Jordan Retro 4 Rare Airs. The 3s came out, wasn't a big fan of the 3s. When I saw the 11s, at first I wasn't a big fan, but then they grown on me and I need a pair. But these, when I saw these, I had to get them, man. Like these, obviously these look like bread 4s, but I like the suede on these. The one reason I never like bread 4s that got the suede on them is that the suede always looked ashy. It never failed. And then, you know, it had those like lines, those white lines in there that really just set it off and made it ugly. But this was done right. The suede on these is clean. It's a nice black suede. You know, you got a little bit of gray in there as well, and then you got the, you know, the blue and the red. I remember somebody, they wore these, they had them early, they wore these on the 4th of July, and they pulled a nice fit with them. And after I saw that fit, that definitely made me want to get these. Obviously, I got these for under retail because they sat, but this is definitely a clean shoe, and people snoozed on these. So coming in at number 6 is the Nike Air Retro 4 Rare Airs. Coming in at number 5 is the Air Jordan Retro 8 Bugs Bunnies. This is a clean shoe, and I don't really need to give much explanation to it because everybody knows the Bugs Bunnies. When these came out last time, I didn't have the money to buy them, so I figured that they was going to retro and I was going to be able to get them. I didn't know they was going to take like 10 years to retro, but they finally did, and they sat, and I was able to get these for way under retail. Back in the day, they didn't sell out like that, and they was going for under retail. But by the time I finally had my money together to get the shoes, they were out of rotation, and like the resale was a little bit high on these. So that's why I passed on them way back then. So I'm glad they retro and they sat similar to back then, and I got the money and I got the resources to be able to get these for way under retail. So I was able to get me and my kid a pair of these. So coming in at number 5 is the Air Jordan Retro 8 Bugs Bunnies. Coming in at number 4 is the Air Jordan Retro 3 Lucky Shorts. This is a clean colorway, and I don't know why people snoozed on these. Like usually, you know, with Air Jordan 3s with the white uppers, they give you like the elephant print right here, and they didn't do that. I like that aspect of the fact they didn't give you like the elephant print. They didn't kill this with elephant print, and they gave you this like this baby blue. It's not necessarily a Carolina baby blue. This is a different type of blue. So you know, with the Mellows, this is the baby blue we usually get on all the sneakers. As you can see, it's a little bit darker. Like it's kind of hard to, it's not as hard to match because it's baby blue. Baby blue goes with a lot, but you see that difference in the blue. And then also speaking of blues, you see that difference. This is the, this is the baby blue. This is the usual baby blue we get on shoes, and this is the psychic blue. So the fact that they gave us some shoes with that nice little, color variance, it made me want to get both shoes, and I had to like, throw both of those in my underrated scale. So coming in at number 4 is the Air Jordan Retro 3 Lucky Shorts Edition. Coming in at number 3, I'm not gonna say that these were slept on by the masses. Like, resale is a little okay, and people did buy these shoes when they came out, but you don't see these in no one's top 10s and stuff like that. And it's a pretty great colorway, so I have to give it a little bit of homage and say it's underrated. So coming in at number 3 is the Air Jordan Retro 4 Orchids. You rarely see this color pink on shoes. Like, as you can see, I'm a stickler for having a different variation of a color that other people don't have. But this is definitely a clean shoe, man. It's basically a Air Jordan cement, but instead of it being white, they threw some suede on there, threw some of this pink suede on there. Clean shoe. And these definitely pop on foot, man. Definitely a great fall/summer shoe, and I'm glad I was able to get these to the collection. So coming in at number 3 is the Air Jordan Retro 4 Orchid. Coming in at number 2 is another 4. It's crazy. I got a lot of 4s that y'all slept on this year, even though we got a lot of great 4 colorways. But coming in at number 2 is the Air Jordan Retro 4 Seafoam Green or Mint Green edition, or the Easters. These came out around Easter time, and I had to get these, man. Just look at these. You got this Seafoam Green/mint upper, and like these shoes were so cold to me. Like when these came out, I was like, I gotta match my Easter outfit to these shoes. So me and my family took Easter pictures. Me and my kid had these on. Like these is definitely clean. I like the fact that they put that like those chrome hits on the shoe, which is real nice. And this is just a nice clean colorway. You can wear this anytime during the summer, spring, Easter time. If you got a shoe you want to wear for the Easter, you can definitely bring these out, but you can wear these out, you know, at all times of the year, man. And this is definitely clean. Now this suede definitely gets dirty real quick, I'm not gonna lie, but overall this is definitely a clean shoe. So coming in at my number 2 shoe that was slept on / underrated for 2025 is these Nike Air Retro 4 Seafoam Green or Mint Greens, or the Easter. Coming in at number 1, this shoe, it had hype slightly at the start when he retired and they showed sneak pictures of it and things. Like when I seen them, I was like, oh, I gotta have these. And when they came out, or when I had access to get them, I had to cop them. But, you know, and I thought that, you know, cause I got them earlier than when they dropped for retail. So I thought like, you know, it was gonna be hype on these, but it wasn't. And when they came out, they sat like ducks. Like I still see them at, you know, online. I still see them at Foot Locker, etc. And it's the Fear God / Adidas collaboration, the Fear God Athletic 2 D Roses. Clean shoe, clean colorway, man. You know, got that gray with the, you know, with the like the oatmealish tannish right here. You know, got that somewhat gum bottom, got the red hits, got the D Rose symbol. You know, overall, man, this is a clean shoe. And I know that this is like a, I don't know if this is a basketball shoe or not. Like I wouldn't play basketball in them. I don't play basketball like that anymore. But you know, I haven't seen nobody wearing these on the court. Then they come with some red laces you can throw in these. But overall, this is definitely a clean shoe. People slept on them. More than likely, you know, in this year, you'll probably get these for way under retail, like $100. Cause like these shoes, when they go on sale, Fear God, he don't go like, because retail on these is like 200. He don't go 200, 160, 140, 100. And he go from 200 all the way to like $100. Like he marks it off 50% immediately, and then they sell out. So, you know, I'm glad I was able to get these shoes. People snoozed on these. This is definitely a great sneaker. And you know, as you, I don't know if you probably heard, but Fear God's collaboration or contract with Adidas is done. So they're not going to be making any more Adidas / you know, Fear God shoes, which is sad, you know, because they definitely have some great colorways. I don't know why this silhouette didn't really sell like it's supposed to, but overall, this is definitely a clean shoe, and this is my number 1 most slept on shoe of 2025, the Fear God Athletics 2 / D Rose / Adidas collaboration. All right, guys, that is my top 10 sneakers that people have snoozed on, slept on, have made them underrated for 2025, man. What did you think of the list? Comment down below what you think, and we can chop it up in the comment section. And also comment down below your top 3, top 5 shoes that you think are underrated in 2025. And also make sure you hit that like button on this video, that thumbs up. It really goes a long way. I would really appreciate it. And if you aren't subscribed to the channel, what are you doing, man? Hit that subscribe button. Takes nothing but a couple seconds, and you'll be notified of when I drop future videos. And lastly, peace.